What are your thoughts on the group first day?
That was great. A lot of energy. I think that comes with all the guys getting there for the first time, and a lot of guys returning. So it was good to see some of those guys again.
Challenge of kind of starting to build that chemistry because before we know it's going to be the regular season's going to open, no preseason games. Is that going to be a challenge? You think?
No, I don't think so. I think chemistry just comes with guys getting along off the ice, and I think we got a great group off the ice. I think that's kind of just a little bit of the culture from last year, just with all the guys returning. But even the new guys, a lot of good dudes. It's not going to be an easy group to get along with this year. So we're excited to get things going.
The bar's been set pretty consistently the last few years. Get the playoffs, hopefully the team can get a deep run going. And then obviously there's enough guys back who experience that. We kind of bring the new guys along. Because some of the other new guys too, they've come from successful organizations too, right?
Yeah. I think it's. I think we had a lot of guys. I played for last year I played with obviously a really good leadership group. A lot of guys that kind of led the way, whether it was vocally in the room or just kind of the way they went about their business. So kind of laid the groundwork for what's expected on a daily basis here, and I think guys are ready to kind of continue that.
Jack, you talk about leadership. 3 guys that wore a letter for this team last year are no longer with the organization. How important have you found in your career those leaders to be? Like, how valuable is leadership on the ice and off?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think it's just it's like I kind of previously said, I think a lot of people lead in different ways. I've had some of the best leaders in my career lead in polar opposite ways, whether it's, like I said, very vocal or guys that you don't hear from a whole lot, but when they do speak, you listen. So I think it's however they approach it, I think it's to each their own with the leadership strategy. But like I said, you don't even have to wear a letter in that room. We got a lot of guys that have played a lot of meaningful hockey and have a lot of big time experience in the AHL and NHL. So it's going to be a fun year.
Leo did mention a few names when talking about what the leadership group could look like, possibilities. You were one of those names. So when you talk about how these guys carry themselves, how would you carry yourself in the event that you found a letter in your jersey?
Yeah, I don't think much would change. I think it's something you lean on everyone in the room. Leadership-wise, I don't think it's one guy needs to be leading the pack, even if you do have a C on. I think it's kind of a collective leadership thing in terms of the guys coming to the rink every day and just enjoying being here. I think that's kind of where it starts, is a lot of guys really enjoying coming to the rink, and I think we've kind of set a piece together, an environment where guys can come and do that.
I think in professional sports, teams rarely get to finish stories the way they want to, but for the majority of this group to be back, yourself included, after hopping around for a couple of different teams these last few seasons, how important is that to you, to be here, to be back with everybody and have a chance to finish the story differently than the way it ended in Laval?
Yeah, it's huge. I think that was something that going into free agency, I was really interested in coming back here. I was happy we were able to get something done. I think a lot of the guys felt the same way leaving here last year. Is obviously a sour taste. Some really good hockey there towards the end. Really exciting hockey. Some of the most fun I've had playing the game in that series. So it's fun to be able to hopefully run it back.
You obviously have more experience now than most of the young guys on this team. But how about last year, your first year here compared to this? Are you feeling? Is it a different feeling? Like, are you more comfortable? Or?
Yeah, I think there's definitely, I think, a comfortability factor just knowing the staff and everything. Kind of having a dialogue with Pacer the whole summer, and playing for Leo and Vinny before, you kind of know what they bring to the table in terms of what they expect out of guys. So I think that's a big piece of the comfortability factor is you're coming into camp knowing not even systems or anything like that, but just kind of what to expect every day and what we need to bring in order to be a good hockey team. So.
you were such a huge part of the upside of this team last year, so are you feeling more responsibility as time goes along?
Yeah, I don't know if it's more responsibility or more pressure. I think it's I think I'm just really excited to get things going with a group that a lot of the same pieces from last year are kind of feeling the same way. I think it's just we know what we need to do in order to be a good hockey team, and I think the recipe is pretty similar to what it was last year. I don't think we need to change much. Obviously, having Dev back is pretty fun in terms of knowing he's going to be in the net. A lot of the time, we're going to have a pretty good chance to win with a guy like that in net, and then up front, pretty dynamic skill, and on the back end, a lot of guys returning too. So it's going to be fun.
You've done a great job so far. We hope you have a great year. We're glad to have you back.
Thank you. Yeah, good to be back.